Hello, my friends. It is a profound privilege to have you here with me today. Find a place where you can truly relax, find your center, and just take a deep breath with me. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a land that is not defined by modern borders, but by the weight of ancient memories. Imagine vast high plateaus where the air is thin and pure, hidden gardens where the scent of roses fills the evening, and cities made of sun-baked brick that have watched the rise and fall of civilizations for thousands of years. You are standing in the heart of the Middle East, in a landscape where every grain of sand holds a secret and every mountain peak holds a legend. Today, we are going to walk together into the labyrinth of an immortal spirit. We are going to explore the story of Persia, a civilization born from the dust, forged in the fires of greatness, and one that remains a beacon of culture to this very day. Take my hand. Let us step back into the flow of this incredible narrative. To truly understand this narrative, we must first understand the power of a name. If you look at a map today, you will see the country of Iran. But if you look at the heartbeat of history, you see Persia. Think of it like this. Iran is the name of the modern house, the political structure, the borders, and the nation we see in the daily news. But Persia is the soul of that house. Persia is the history, the art, the philosophy, and the beautiful, rhythmic language that has echoed through these valleys for over 25 centuries. It is a legacy that shaped the very foundation of the modern world. From the way we organize our governments to the way we express our deepest emotions through poetry, Persia was there first. It is a culture that has survived many storms, acting as a bridge between the ancient world and the world we live in today. Let us travel back in time, about 2,600 years ago, to a world defined by chaos and fear. In those days, small kingdoms were constantly at war, and the weak lived in terror of being enslaved by the strong. But then, a man named Cyrus emerged from the mountains. History remembers him as Cyrus the Great, but he was far more than a conqueror with a sword. He was a visionary with a profound understanding of the human spirit. Cyrus built the Achaemenid Empire, the first true superpower in human history. It was a massive achievement, stretching from the borders of India across the deserts to the blue waters of the Mediterranean Sea. Yet, his true greatness lay not in the land he took, but in the way he ruled it. Cyrus did something that no king before him had ever dared to do. When his armies entered a conquered city, they did not bring destruction or fire. He did not force the people to abandon their gods or forget their mother tongue. Instead, he offered a revolutionary promise. You are free to be who you are. This promise was carved onto a small clay object known today as the Cyrus cylinder. It is widely considered the world's first declaration of human rights. In a time defined by blood and iron, a king chose the path of kindness and tolerance. He even helped the Jewish people return to their ancestral home in Jerusalem after they had been held as captives in Babylon for generations. Cyrus showed the world that an empire is not held together by chains, but by respect and the freedom of its people. As the empire expanded under leaders like Darius the Great, Persia became a masterpiece of organization and infrastructure. They understood that a great civilization is built on connection. They constructed the royal road, a highway over 2,000 miles long that allowed traders and travelers to move across the continent with unprecedented safety. Perhaps most impressively, they established the first postal system the world had ever seen. Imagine a series of stations with fresh horses and brave messengers, riding day and night to deliver a message across the empire. It was said that neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. This spirit of efficiency and global connection began in the very heart of the Persian desert. Every great epic has a moment of profound transformation. For Persia, that moment arrived from the west in the form of a young, ambitious king from Macedonia, Alexander the Great. He led a massive army with the goal of conquering the known world, and Persia was the ultimate prize. The conflict was legendary, ending with the tragic burning of the magnificent capital Persepolis, the most beautiful city in the world. It was a dark hour, and many believed that Persian identity would vanish under the Greek sword. However, a strange and beautiful phenomenon occurred. Instead of Alexander destroying Persian culture captured Alexander. He began to wear Persian robes, adopted Persian court customs, and encouraged his soldiers to marry Persian women. The East and the West did not destroy each other. They merged into a new, vibrant era of shared knowledge. Following the death of Alexander, the Persian spirit rose again in the form of the Parthian and Sassanid empires. For hundreds of years, these empires served as the wall of the East. While the mighty Roman Empire conquered much of Europe and Africa, they could never fully defeat the Persians. This was an era of incredible military innovation. The Persians were masters of the horse, developing a legendary heavy cavalry known as cataphracts, knights covered from head to toe in shining metal armor. But life was not just defined by the battlefield. This was a silver age of incredible luxury. Persian silk, silver plates, and colorful glass were highly prized in the markets of Rome and China. To dress like a Persian was to be seen as a person of true taste and sophistication. The 7th century brought a massive shift as Arab armies arrived, bringing the faith of Islam. While the old empires fell, the Persian identity did not vanish. Instead, the Persians became the brain of the new Islamic world. During the Islamic Golden Age, Persian scholars, mathematicians, and doctors led the way in human progress. Have you ever struggled with algebra in school? You can thank the Persian mathematician Al-Khwarizmi. In fact, the word algorithm is derived from his name. Then there was Avicenna, whose medical books were the standard for doctors in Europe for over 500 years. They translated the wisdom of Greece and India, improved upon it, and saved the light of science from the darkness of the Middle Ages. For a Persian, the heart is not expressed through stone or gold, but through the beauty of the spoken word. Poetry is the lifeblood of this culture. In Iran today, you will find a book of poems in almost every home, held as dearly as bread or water. Think of the mystic Rumi, whose words on love and the soul have traveled across the globe to inspire millions today. Or Hafez, the poet of secrets, whose verses are still used by people to seek advice on their deepest life decisions. In Persia, poets are not just writers, they are treated like spiritual guides and rock stars. This love for beauty also manifests in the intricate patterns of Persian carpets. Each rug is a woven story, a garden of wool and silk that takes years to complete, representing a world where art is a way of life. Through the centuries, Persia faced many terrifying invasions, including the unstoppable force of the Mongols. Yet, the Persian spirit remained resilient. In the year 1501, the Safavid dynasty unified the country and established a powerful new identity. They made the city of Isfahan their capital, a place so stunning in its architecture and gardens that travelers said, "Isfahan is half the world." This was a true rebirth of Persian pride. They built massive squares, bright blue-tiled mosques, and elegant bridges that invited the world to come and trade. They were no longer just a shadow of the past. They were a powerful, creative, and modern state that stood tall among the empires of the world. If you ever find yourself as a guest in a Persian home, you will experience a form of hospitality that is unlike any other. In Persia, a guest is seen as a blessing from God. This culture is defined by a complex and beautiful system of politeness known as tarof. It is an artistic dance of words and gestures. A host might offer you the best seat and the finest food, repeatedly insisting on your comfort. Even a shopkeeper might tell you that a gift is worthless compared to your presence. While it can be confusing to outsiders, tarof is actually about putting the needs of others before your own. In a world that can often feel cold and hurried, this ancient art of politeness reminds us to slow down and treat every human connection as something sacred. The 20th century brought oil, rapid modernization, and the tremors of revolution. Modern Iran has navigated many difficult storms and political changes that have captured the world's attention. But remember the lesson of history. A tree with deep roots does not fall when the wind blows. The roots of Persia are deeper than any political headline. Despite the struggles and the pressures of the modern era, the people of Iran remain incredibly resilient. They still celebrate the ancient spring. They still find solace in the verses of Rumi, and they still gather as families to share meals and stories. Their identity is not found in the news, but in the enduring strength of their culture. The fire is getting low now, and it is time for us to rest. Thank you for walking with me through the immortal soul of Persia tonight. This journey into the past has shown us that empires may fall and buildings may crumble, but the spirit of a people is eternal. Language is the bridge that allows us to walk through these ancient arches and understand the profound complexity of the human heart. In this final Mindflow meditation, connect the lessons of Persia with your own journey of learning. Every new English word you master is like a stone in your own monument, or a knot in a beautiful carpet. It takes patience and time, but it creates something stunning. Stay in the flow, stay curious, and know that you are not alone on this journey. We are walking together. Goodbye.